to stretch itself, to better the time.
All eyes are on the Porsche's latest recruit, the exciting young Stefan Bellof, who had stunned the motor racing world with an incredible pole position time at the previous round at Silverstone. Stefan and the Porsche team may be in a playful mood out of the car, but once in the 600 horsepower Rothmans Porsche, it all gets very serious indeed.
Comes the driver's briefing. FISA President Jean-Marie Balestre and race starter Roland Brunsterrider go through several changes that will be instituted for the race. And drivers were asked to form up on the grid more rapidly. Then came a discussion on the tower barriers at the chicanes.
Question, yes. We talk about the chicanes and the barriers that we had there with the tires. Yes. On Thursday, in order to try to find a solution to improve a possible runoff area in case of a car failure or a driver mistake. And as a result of it, the tire barrier was changed to an angle one, right? I think, in my opinion, that's not good enough. And in order for us to have a proper runoff area, we shouldn't have those tires there. Because when we have a failure in the car, being a tire blow up, or if we make a mistake and we go, or if we hit two cars, we hit the barrier and it's like a wall because it's much too speed. You can't let me just finish. And if you happen to hit those tires and you don't get hurt by the impact, it's very likely that the tires throw you up in the air and you end up rolling. That's what happened with me in Mexico, and that can happen here with other people. I know that there was an accident on the third chicane yesterday by an engine failure, okay? And that happened before the chicane when the driver felt the engine was broke. And he decided still to drive through the chicane because to go straight there was a barrier there, and he would hit the barrier. By trying to go straight with oil coming out from the back of the car, he went off and he had a crash. If it was a clear road to escape, he wouldn't have had the accident.
May I answer? What to do today was race. For the race, we can do anything. We can change anything.
I think what we can do, we can all see here, I think it's better to not have those tires there because if you have an accident, if you have a crash or a car failure, when you hit those tires, first of all, they throw you up in the air and you end up rolling. And let me just finish. And if you don't throw up in the air, depending on the speed, they are like a wall, and you have no ability to escape. I happen to lose the braking point at the first chicane here. Let me finish. Let me finish. And as I went straight, it was blocked the road, and I couldn't turn back. But to rejoin the circuit, I had to drive off the circuit, over the grass, over stone, which can give you a puncture, and you have an accident later.
But the president asked you, what is your solution?
I think we should take those tires away.
I think
am Nachmittag dieses verfluchten 1. Mai 1994 anhalten. Das Unglaubliche ist eingetreten, das Unvorstellbare hat sich ereignet.
We have seen so many crash like this, even crash they were worse. Crash they seem to be worse than his crash, and then you don't expect anything like this. You just think, yeah, he has a burst on the arm, or maybe he has a broken leg, and then you go back, they put up the grid, you don't know what's going on, nobody comes to you and explains the situation, and you just think that, yeah, the race has to go on, everybody's going to race, so you're going to race. You don't see why you shouldn't race. And even after the race, when we stopped and we went up to the podium, there's always Pasquale who comes to us and is with us. He told us, yeah, he's in a coma, but I heard about coma. You don't know, coma can be many things. It can just be something which is going to be okay the next day, or very bad, but you don't judge it, and because you still don't believe that there's something particular or very dangerous or very heavy, you don't believe it. And I think it was 2 hours after the race when Mr. Walkinshaw came up to me and said he's looking very bad, and I thought, no, he's in coma, but coma doesn't mean anything bad. And I said, no, it looks not too good. And then somebody came to me later and said he's dead. And 1 minute later, and the next one came to me and said, no, he's in coma. But there was so little information at this time that you didn't know what you should think about this. And I still didn't believe that he's going to be dead. I just couldn't think of that point. I just thought, yeah, no, he's going to be the champion. He maybe misses 1 or 2 races and then he's coming back again. But the worst was really the 2 weeks after this. I mean, once I really had to accept that that he is dead. I mean, this was just something crazy.